Hello everyone, welcome to another video. And today I want to talk about learning to let go and learning to say goodbye. And what do I mean by that? I mean saying goodbye from toxic relationships. It can be with a partner, it can be with your friends, it can be with your parents, siblings, whatever, and how to identify them and how to deal with them, and learning to let go of what other people think of you, and mostly how to understand what benefits you in your life and what you need in your life versus what makes you feel comfortable but you don't necessarily need it and it's just making your life worse. So let's start from one example. So let's say you have your friends, right? Maybe you can think now, each viewer can think of who are your friends. Personally, I can tell you, if I'm saying like my good friends, I can name maybe 4 or 5 people in the whole world, that are really my friends. And I think it all comes down to, what is your definition of a friend? Is it every person you meet and know for a while? Is it your friend? Or is it a person you sit down for a drink 1 or 2 times? Or is it someone you can call in the middle of the night because you're in an emergency and they come and help you even from the other side of the world? And this is my definition for a friend. And if I go back for a second to the time where I was younger, maybe like in my teens, my definition of a friend was a little bit different. I was younger, I was a little bit less intelligent, I cared less, but at that age, we don't tend to really care or think about which circles are we in, which people are our friends, and how do they affect us, And I can tell you that back then I had more friends, but more people that influenced in a bad way on me. Let's say you have a friend that you feel like that his or her influence on you is really bad for you, It's really bad. Maybe they encourage you to drink nonstop. Maybe they encourage you to smoke nonstop while you don't want. Maybe they bring you down next to other people. They don't want the best for you in some situation. And it doesn't have to be on purpose, It can be like also that they are unaware of it, but it's not their fault, of course. But it doesn't mean that their influence on you is okay, And you found out with yourself that this relationship is not good for you, it's not good for you. They are just bringing you down. They are your friends, though. Again, it all depends on what is your definition of a friend, And let's not call it a friend for a second, then let's call it like someone you know. They are someone you know more than other people in the world, And then again, you might consider them a friend. But then comes the question of, am I here because it's comfortable for me? Or am I here because I need this relationship? And I'm not saying you need to be always like looking for things because you need them, like a relationship because you need them. It's kind of a weird way to base your relationships only about stuff that you need from other people. But it's more like, does this relationship benefits me? And it's not necessarily about what they give you physically, but it's, does this relationship benefits me? And that's the question, comfort versus need. And if I go fast forward a little bit for today, I can tell you that I don't have as many friends as I used to. And again, it's all about the definition of a friend. But then comes the question of, how do I let go of a person that I know so long, a person that was so substantial in my life, but now I realize that they are not positive for my life anymore, So the first thing that I used to do is, first of all, I would always be respectful, especially if it's someone if it's a parent, if it's sibling, if it's an uncle, whatever, friend. Always be respectful, because when you are respectful, people will understand you better and will allow themselves to listen to you, even if it's like on that on a subject like that. And you need to find a way to tell them what you think respectfully about the relationship and talk with them openly about it without them hating you at the end of the conversation. So you're not coming and you just saying, oh, you're doing ABC and you're a shitty person and this is why I don't want us to have a relationship anymore, or changing the relationship dynamics or whatever, But you can also say, listen, I thought about it and I know you for a long time, but the ABC things you're doing and the way it affects me as a person are not benefiting me, are not floating the same way that I want my life to go, And they're not adding any good value to my life. Actually, they're bringing me down. And the next thing is to understand that they can either accept it or not. But if you make a decision with a full heart, after you thought about it through, you need to stay true to yourself that this is a decision you made and there is no coming back from it. Because this decision was made with the full understanding that your life is your priority and you want only the people that lift you up around you. And now it's time to let go of the people who are not benefiting you, of the relationship that's bringing you down, And it can even be like your closest person, but try to think about the last time one of your friends, one of your family members, one of your siblings brought you down in front of other people, said like a joke, half a insult, it always happens. In my head, I can think of a few. Or how many friends do you have that you find yourselves with them always in situations that you don't necessarily want to be, but you find yourself in those situations because you are their friend. It can be parties, over drinking, over smoking, doing drugs, whatever, If you don't want it, then why are you there, Maybe the people around you are influencing you in a way that you don't need in your life. But it is comfortable and it's time to let go. And same goes to daily habits, letting go of daily habits. You have to have the same conversation that I told you, but with yourself, which is even harder. But you have to understand that once you think about something through and you came to a conclusion that this is the route that will benefit my life, have a conversation with yourself and tell yourself that this is what you decided and now I'm letting go. Deliberately and aware, you are now letting go. Say it out loud. I'm now letting go of that habit. I'm now letting go of that friend. I'm now letting go of that relationship. Why? Because it benefits me. This is my life. You want to add good value in your life. You don't want to add bad value in your life. They always say like the people you surround yourself with is what you become. This is so true, And if you don't have those people around you, being alone might be better, in my opinion. Being alone for a while might be better until you find the people for you, And let's dive in for a second about why we are staying in a comfortable place when we can change places, when we can move to other countries, when we can meet more people, when we can live relationships. So a few things I can think of is, as I said, being alone. You are keeping those relationships because you are afraid of being alone. And if you go to another video I made about embracing solitude and find peace in being alone, that's something that you have to do. You have to find that spot in your head where you come to peace with yourself, And it's all like the big picture. It starts from a daily routine. It starts from the words you tell yourself. And then it continues to what you eat. It continues to what you consume, to the content you consume. It all comes to that. It all part of the big picture. So if you try to change your ways and work on the ability to enjoy being alone, you're not going to feel as much of letting go of people, letting go of relationships, letting go of bad habits, because you are good with yourself by default. And you don't need other people around you. The other people, the friends, the relationships, they are added bonus once you become peaceful with yourself. Second thing I can think of is rejection or failure, You let go of a certain relationship, a certain person, a certain habits. What comes next, You go out of that comfort place into an unknown place. Will you succeed to move forward? Will you succeed to replace that person, to replace that habit with a better habit? Or will it just be a failure that will make you even go way down than where you were before? And in my opinion, this is something we just need to embrace, we just need to embrace it and let go of the people that are not benefiting us, and understand that this is how the world works. And you're going to meet a lot of people in your journey, and eventually you're going to find that one or two persons that you can call friends by your definition of friends. And now I want to talk about growth after letting go. How do you deal with being alone? Where do you grow from that place after you let go of that one person that you are so used to, from that one relationship that you were so used to, from that emotion that you carried for so long, How do you grow from that place? First thing, you need to understand that it will take time. Nothing good doesn't take time. It will take time. And it will take all of your mental capacity, and it will take all of your time, and it will take all of your attention. But this is necessary in order for you to grow. After you let go of a relationship, after you let go of a person, remember and keep reminding yourself that this was the step that you needed in order to first exit and let go from that relationship that was so toxic to you, that was so bringing you down. And once you released it, you don't need it anymore. Even if anxiety kicks in, even if emotions kicks in, it's okay. But you need to understand that you need to let things happen. You need to let time do its thing, and you need to let the world move on and do its thing. And the next time you're going to have a relationship, you're going to choose it from a better place, and not from a place of comfort, but a place of, what do I need now in my life that can benefit me, that I need and I can see in other people, And this is how naturally you're going to be attached to other people, and you want them around you, And if I talk for a second about overcoming the fear of change, I think it's all about perspective. You need to look at it as an opportunity and not as a loss. You didn't lose a friend. You didn't lose a relationship. You didn't lose some emotions. You gained an opportunity to let go of the things that are a burden in your life. You gain the opportunity to add other things in your life that are good for you. And you will. And as I said, self-care and being in peace with who you are and with peace in your mind is number one. And if you didn't watch my video about that, go and watch it. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. And yeah, if you're not subscribed yet, please do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.